everybody, Amy here. I am working on a puzzle piece, an altar puzzle piece, and this is kind of what it's going to look like. It's not going to have the same decoration, but I'm just going for a little 3D look. So far what I've done is gessoed the puzzle piece twice, which is this Liquitex basic acrylic gesso. And it kind of gives it a nice surface so that I could do some painting with. And I've got my paper towel here, which is beautiful, by the way, that I use. I've also got some of this Hobby Lobby acrylic ink. It's a real fluid ink, and I've seen everybody hauling it this week. And I lucked out and I went in last night and I was able to get quite a few different colors. So the look I'm going for, this is actually a wooden puzzle piece from Family Dollar. And like I said, I just put 2 coats of gesso on there so you can see the background a little bit. This one you can probably see a little bit better, I'm hoping. But there's snowflakes in the back, so it's from the movie Frozen. And again, it's just, I don't know, 2.5 by 2 by 3, I don't know. Anyways, so what I want to do now after I have it, 2 coats of gesso on there, I'm gonna stamp a scene when I'm all done. But right now I just want to add a little bit of color. But I'm just going to play with some colors, and like I said, I chose blue because it's kind of gloomy, and I'm going to go for that gloomy look. So I haven't played with these yet, so this is going to be a first for me. But these are really fluid acrylic paint. So it's just like if you were to water down your own acrylics, but it has way more pigment. These are originally, $5.99, $5.99. I got it for $1.49. So that is a great one for, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I also have, excuse me for a moment, I'm going to reach over, a little spritzer of water. And I'm going to use that to kind of help move the ink. And again, I've got my paper towel to catch. Ooh, my goodness, that's pretty. And this is kind of the technique that I do for my artist training cards, my ATC cards. Except I will take a paintbrush instead of a dropper to add the acrylic and move it with water. And I can see that these are so pigmented, I didn't even need nearly as much ink as in fact, I have way too much. I'm going to let it drip on this one. I just wanted a little bit of turquoise. So, this is all new to me. Like I said, I just water down acrylics normally to get this look, or... There we go. Okay, so that's a start. And I've only got 2 puzzle pieces here. I'm going to set this aside and see how long it takes to dry. And I'm also off camera going to keep moving it a little bit until it stops dripping. And we'll see what we get. See you in a bit. All right, these are dry. I don't know, it took about 5 minutes, maybe less than that. So they're nice and dry, and now I want to try a different color. We're gonna go with the dark green. I got some new baby wipes underneath to help catch the dripping. Ooh, yeah, okay. I mean, you're not going to be able to see the snowflakes in the background of the puzzle piece, but very lightly. I'll drip a little bit. Set that aside. In between, I have to let it dry, so I'll be in and out. That's the only way to do this. I don't want to use my heat tool. I like to let things dry naturally with mixed media. Unless I'm really going for like the bubbly effect with the gesso and stuff, but okay. All right. Oops. Oh, sugar. All right. Let that dry a little bit. I'm going to keep moving it around until it kind of stays put. And then we'll be back for the third color. Okay, now we're ready for the third color. This still is a little bit wet, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm going to go with the marine blue. Give that a try. You're supposed to just shake them gently. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. This is great. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that's a little bit more turquoisey than I wanted. So, let that drip. Well, let's try the other blue. And then this is a Prussian blue, so we're getting a little bit closer. I may not have to add any water. Let's just see. Yeah, it will. Still needs to move. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a darker blue, guys. I mean, this is giving me a good base, and I don't mind it at all. But I'm going for a darker, a little bit darker now. This is too turquoisey, I think, for the look I'm trying to achieve. Just so you know, I did put gesso around the edges too. When I'm done painting, I will be sanding that down with a nail file probably. Let that move a little bit. Okay, I'm going to let these dry and I'm going to find a darker blue. I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere. All right, be back. Okay, so I found an indigo. Let's give this a shot. Oops, sorry about that. This dropper doesn't seem to be working properly. Go ahead and drip it. I'll figure it out later. Okay, that's the blue I'm looking for. Still a little turquoisey because there's so much turquoise on there. But that's the blue. Not quite sure what the deal is with this one. Hopefully. I did get two of the same colors, so maybe I can replace one of the dropper lids. I'm just gonna kind of drip it. This is the fun part, is playing with the color. And I love how all three just kind of blend together, especially when you let them dry in between thoroughly. Which I'm really happy with this one, so I'm gonna set that one aside. This one is kind of weird. I may have gotten some oil from my fingers on here when I did the step with the gesso because it's resisting in some places. And I think to avoid that in the future, I can sand it down before I paint it. Okay. I'm going to let this dry and see how it looks. If it's still not good enough, I'm going to add a couple more drops of this dark. And then we'll be back. Okay? Thank you. All right, guys, we are back. Probably about, I don't know, 20 minutes later because I was frantically looking for a nail file. Um, this is still a little damp down here, and I did take the blue and some more water and did it a couple more times just at the bottom because what I'm going to do is stamp some trees on here in StazOn ink. I want it lighter up on top and I want it darker down here. This one is when you're choosing your puzzle pieces, like this one would be perfect because it has a flat bottom. This one I really wasn't thinking, so I might, I should have actually done it this way. But we're gonna see. I mean, it may just cut off. I don't know. We'll just see. I'm still gonna have this be the bottom because I don't feel like playing around with the ink anymore. Another cool thing is you've got all these just fun paper towels and baby wipes that are drying that you can use later in another project. I'm babbling. Let's just take, this is just a cheapo emery board. I'm going to start out with this side, which isn't going to work. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along the edge on the back side, holding it this way, because I don't want to rub off any of that color, but I want to smooth the edges. And so I am using the rougher side. And I try to do this step a little bit before I even gesso, but I think I forgot. So, which is fine because I'm going to probably go around and ink the edges with. So you kind of get the picture here. You just kind of go around your entire puzzle piece and get all those rough edges. And you can see it really hasn't affected the front of it at all. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both pieces. And then I will be back again. All right, I'm back. So the easiest way I found to sand them was to lay it flat like this and then just go around the edge and then flip it over and just kind of finish it off. So it's still rough. I mean, it's not like completely smooth, but it's not rough. I'm sorry. All right, so they're ready, and I want to make sure I have them turned the right way. I have my little pine tree stamp here, and I've got my black, jet black StazOn ink. Okay. See how this goes, because if this doesn't turn out, then, oops, you won't be seeing this video. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going off onto the paper, just because I haven't used this stamp in a while. Just stamping it out, making sure that I get a good impression. And this is flat, so we'll see how this goes. I'm getting it nice. This is a fairly new ink pad, so it's nice and juicy. Okay. Now I kind of want the bottom of these trees here to hang off the edge. So I'm just going to eyeball it the best I can and press down really hard. And hope for the best. I'm holding on to the puzzle piece with my left finger. Oh, it took off some of the, you could see the impression, but it took off some of the paint, which is actually kind of cool. Okay, but the only problem is now I need to clean my stamp. I think I have some stamp cleaner here somewhere. Actually, I just have my water here, so I'm just going to kind of spritz it with a little bit of water, and then stamp it out on my page. It's really not doing a whole lot of good here. I'm going to want to make sure that I clean the stamp really good after this process, though, because I don't want that gesso to get. Try this again. Again, I'm stamping it out just to make sure. And we're just going to go right in the center and hope for the best. And then I got a little bit of a pull, too. But that's okay because I'm going for a winter scene. This one's definitely better because it's cut off the tree. So I might, think of something else to do with that one. Okay, again, I'm going to just soak this. Grab a baby wipe, which that I get that gesso out of the grooves. This is a very detailed stamp. Okay. Let that air dry. All right, so this is the best one. And next what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of texture. So I've got a couple ideas on how I can do that. I do have some modeling paste, excuse my reach, very little left. After this, I'm going to try to make my own, courtesy of Laurie Marie Jenkins here on YouTube. And I've got my little stipple brush, and I'm just going to go right into that. It is super thick, as you can see. Okay. And I'm just going to take the lid, kind of dab it on there, just because I want a very light effect. And I'm just going to kind of blot over the stamped image a little bit. And then up on top. And kind of down the sides. Now, I really wish I would have embossed this, but that's okay. Because you can faintly see it. And like I said, I just want a little bit of white texture. Stippled on there. Just to kind of look like snow. And I'm not going to put any down at the bottom a whole lot. Just a little bit. I'm sorry. Let's dip it back in here. I'm going to turn it. There. Maybe a little bit more in the corners. All right. Now, what I have is a handy dandy tray over here somewhere. I know I have some glitter. Some very fine, like Prisma glitter. You can get this anywhere. This happened to come in a kit that I got in a Michael's grab bag long time ago. And we're back again. This is the final stage. I did go ahead and do this one, but again, I'm not too thrilled with this one, so I'll probably just keep this one for myself. This one I'm going to give away to a friend. Next, I'm going to try it with embossing. Not quite sure how that's going to work out because I would have to heat it, and I don't like to do that. But maybe I'll just use a different type of tree. I do have these trees as well. Those would probably look really good. So I might go ahead and do that sometime next week and then just show you the final product. All I have is a black Sharpie, and I'm just going to go around and just kind of finish off the edge. I want to be very careful not to get it on the front. It will give it a cleaner look, I think. I don't care if I get it on the back. So I'm just kind of working from the back and pulling the ink, and then I'm just going around it like this. Okay, guys, here's the final project. I hope you can see the trees. They're very faint, but that's the kind of the look I was going for. And then the edge is all finished with black. I don't have a magnet on there yet, but I will put one on there. Yeah. So I just thought I would come on here and show this. I think this also would fall under the category of the winter collab crafty theme with TT Scraps, even though I'm a few days late. That was supposed to be posted on Saturday. But hey, I'm going to give it a shot. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Don't. Thanks. Bye, everyone.